Hello, welcome everybody. Today is World Diabetes Day, and on this occasion, we are here to talk to you about diabetic foot care. I am Dr. Prasenjit, a consultant vascular surgeon with Narayana Health Bomsandra, and I have with me today Dr. Robbie George, who is the head of the department and senior consultant vascular surgeon at Narayana Health Bomsandra, and Dr. Rajesh S., a senior consultant vascular surgeon at Narayana Health Bomsandra. So, as we all know, diabetes is something that is rampant in our country. India has been called the diabetic capital. As with everything else, in diabetes, prevention is better than cure. So, a lot of things, simple measures go ahead in preventing the side effects of diabetes. First of all, let us go and discuss what are the problems that people with diabetes have with respect to their feet. Dr. Rajesh, would you like to shed some light on that, sir?
Yeah, as we all know that India is becoming the diabetic capital of the world. Now it has reached more than 77 million patients are afflicted by diabetes. And secondly, if you see by global burden of diabetes has increased tremendously. Why this is happening? Because of more sedentary lifestyle and poor diabetic care. And number three is 50% of the patients of the diabetes are undetected early. As we mentioned, prevention is better than cure. So today we'll be talking about why diabetic foot care is very important for us in educating the patients, and how it can prevent amputations and limb loss. So, Dr. Robbie, what do you think about comprehensive diabetic foot care in patients, and why it is very important in prevention of amputations, and how we can go ahead?
I think, as both my colleagues highlighted to you, diabetes itself is a huge risk factor for causing and being responsible for developing foot wounds. Now, foot wounds can progress. Now, why do foot wounds become a problem, especially in diabetics? So, if we get back to the science of it a little bit, why are diabetes at risk? They have a combination of three things. So, they have one is because of the high sugars itself. The body is less able to fight infection, and infections can spread more rapidly. The second thing they get, which is typically why we as vascular surgeons get involved, is they get blockages to the blood flow into the foot. So without blood, your army that fights infection, your ability to heal wounds, the ability for medicines to reach the foot, all of that is reduced. The third thing that happens to diabetics is they get damage to your nerves. So the nerves are the warning signals to your body. So if you stand on a thorn, you immediately put your foot away because you feel pain. A diabetic patient whose nerves are damaged because of diabetes does not feel the pain. He keeps standing on the thorn. He keeps standing on a nail. He stands on a somewhere hot and burns his foot. That is how these problems start. So the combination of these three things makes you prone to getting a foot wound which progresses. So when we know that the problem is high sugar, lack of blood flow, and lack of protective sensations, that helps us to work out how to protect and take care of feet where this problem starts. But Prasenjit, you want to take it from there?
Yes. So, as Dr. Robbie mentioned, that we have three basic problems that we get in diabetic patients. One is increased infections. Second, problems with blood flow. And third, problems with nerve damage. So, how do you proceed to counter all these? Now, so first of all, infections. Now, infection is something that anybody can have. Okay. The problem with diabetic patients is, yes, they are more prone to it. So how do you prevent or save yourself from getting these? In fact, if when you get infection, how do you prevent it from flaring up? The first and basic thing is plain and simple hygiene. You go out, whether you're wearing footwear or not, you come back, you wash your feet. Make sure your skin is healthy. You moisturize your skin daily. Be actively looking for any cuts, any skin discolorations, anything that might suggest that you might have an infection or some change in your feet. Now, that is very important. Now, as Dr. Robbie mentioned, if you have stepped on a thorn and you're diabetic, you might not realize it because of nerve damage. Let's say this has happened by accident and you come home and see that you're bleeding a bit from a part of your foot. Do not ignore that. Please reach out to a physician to make sure that this is not a herald of something else going wrong. The other things, like let's say you have any pain in your calf while you're walking. If let's say you have a wound in your foot that has not been healing, you're going for dressings, you're on medication to heal the wound, but simply not responding. So these are some of the early signs that you do have other problems with the foot, which need a greater understanding and management. So Dr. Rajesh, could you tell us the other problems that patients can watch out for?
So as a vascular surgeons, everybody, whenever our patients come, we ask them, what is foot care? Majority of the patients, they say that they don't know about the foot care and they are not aware of this. And this is a very, very important thing. 25% of the diabetes, if they are more than 5 years afflicted by diabetes, they can get the nerves involved, which we mentioned about that. And there is loss of sensation of pain and temperature. Because of this, they have a tendency to get injured without the knowledge of pain. The infection can occur. The infection can not only reach the skin, but it can reach the bone and cause a bone infection. So the patient is at the risk of developing minor amputation. You can lose the toes or even going and becoming finally a major amputation. That's why earlier you seek the physician or a vascular surgeon to see that and cut the infection out, do a debridement, that is minor surgery, and save the foot. This is one part of it. Secondly, as Dr. Prasenjit and Dr. Robbie was mentioning, what is foot care? So a diabetes patient more than 5 years, he should have to take care of his feet. You should avoid barefoot walking. When you're outside, you should not go in a barefoot. And secondly, in the house also, ideally, if you wear a footwear, it is better so that you don't get injured. And whenever there is a wound or an ulcer, you have to seek the physician attention. Then after the physician will check whether the blood circulation is better or if the wound is small or big based upon that, an infection, and it will be addressed and it will be taken care with antibiotics and a minor surgery. And if he requires a hospitalization, because if it becomes bigger and bigger, we call it as, even it can go for what is called as septicemia of the leg, and he can lose the leg, so which requires immediate hospital attention. So one has to know about foot care. That is the primary prevention, that wear a footwear, washing the feet, cleaning, and you can keep a mirror. You can do only 2 minutes every day looking at the feet and see that if there is any injury or minor injuries, immediately seek attention to a physician so that it will not become bigger and lead to amputation. So furthermore, I would ask Dr. Robbie to enlighten more about foot care and more about how vascular surgery and diabetes are interrelated.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh. So I think both Dr. Prasenjit and Dr. Rajesh have really highlighted to you how important it is to take preventive action. Now remember when we were talking about foot care, we said one of the things is the loss of nerve, there is nerve damage. So you have what is called loss of protective sensation. So when you cannot feel things, you don't know what is happening. So you have to look at some other way to find out what is happening. So like it was mentioned, you have to examine your foot. Look at it. As Dr. Rajesh mentioned, a great way to do this is with a mirror. Remember, if you have diabetes, your eyesight might not be great. If that's the case, ask your family member to do that for you. But this is something that should be done every day. So the entire foot, the front of it, the back of it, the sole of it, in between the toes should be cleaned, examined to make sure there are no wounds or damages. If there is, it should be addressed early. The other thing lack of protective sensation does is that you don't feel when your foot is in trouble. So you go to a temple, in the hot summer and you walk on the bare floor over there, you will burn your foot. You cannot let that happen. It's cold winter, you decide you want to put some warm water on your feet, you take it from the tap and you pour it on your feet. You may not never realize that the water is actually boiling hot and you're cooking your feet. So this inability to feel temperature is a very important thing. So if you've got a parent, an elderly person who is a diabetic, who's been so for a long time, never let them put their feet into hot water. Never let them warm their feet by a heater. This can all be causing problems. So all such places where temperature is involved, somebody who does not have diabetes should first check the temperature of the water. Is it a good temperature, safe to use? The other important component is loss of blood flow to the leg. As Dr. Prasenjit mentioned, if you've got a calf muscle that hurts when you walk, or the foot that hurts when you walk, or a wound that's not healing, these can all be signs of reduced blood flow. Among the three things in diabetes, high sugar, reduced blood flow, and reduced sensation, reduced blood flow is the most dangerous. Because without blood flow, nothing gets better. How can you check if you've got reduced blood flow? You can actually try and feel for your pulse in your foot. If you don't feel a pulse, you should get yourself checked out. If you've been a smoker, tobacco is the worst enemy of blood vessels, especially in diabetics. Get off the tobacco, you will save yourself a lot of trouble. If you're on medicines for your heart, for other things, make sure you take them properly. And if you have any of those symptoms of pain in the calf, non-healing wounds, seek help early. The earlier you get things sorted out, the less damage you have. So Dr. Prasenjit, so if somebody has done all of this and they still get a foot wound, which is failing to heal or is getting infected, is all hope lost? Are they going to lose the leg? Can things be done?
Well, yes. Now there are options. So the ultimate question is, why is the wound not healing? Is there something, infection which is at further depth inside? Or is there an underlying problem that you don't have enough blood flow? So yes, there are ways to address these concerns. So you can to a vascular surgeon who will assess the fact that whether if you have reduced blood flow, and if you have that, there are ways to increase the flow, not only with medication, but also through procedures which are minimally invasive also. So once you visit a vascular surgeon, they will check up to determine how much loss of flow you have and what sort of procedure do you need to increase the flow to your foot. Once this sort of procedure is done, now this is called a revascularization procedure. So once that's done and the blood flow improves to your foot, typically these wounds heal over a period of time. Anything else?
No, I think so. One of the important things which is very helpful is the right kind of footwear. So you see, as human beings, we are very happy to go and spend tens of thousands of rupees on buying a fancy suit, which you'll wear on one day for a wedding or a function or a lehenga or whatever. But when it comes to our feet, we never give it the same importance. The shoe that you wear it all day. So as a surgeon, I wear it in the morning and I come home late at night. I've been standing on my feet, it carries my entire body weight. If I don't wear proper shoes, my feet hurt. If I don't wear a proper suit, my body doesn't hurt. I don't suffer any consequences. But your footwear is a very important part of what you do. So make sure that you get footwear that is comfortable, that is not tight, that is changed regularly, that you wear it with a proper thick sock. Because when you do this, you're providing your foot, which is carrying the entire weight of your body, doing the whole work all day long, a lot of protection. And why are we harping so much about the foot? If you are 70 and you lose your foot or your leg, you will struggle to go to the restroom on your own. You cannot go to the temple. You can't go and do your shopping. You need somebody else to come and help you. When we are older and we've been diabetic for a long time, our feet, our legs are our independence. You can manage without one eye, but you can't manage without 2 feet. It becomes much harder. So a simple message is your feet are very important. They are at risk if you're a diabetic. There are simple ways to prevent problems from happening. And my message to you would be, take care of them. They are precious. They are really, really important to what you do. Dr. Rajesh.
Yeah, I would like to re-emphasize what Dr. Robbie has mentioned about that. So all diabetic patients more than 5 to 8 years are put at risk, and you have to follow a comprehensive diabetic foot care and a special footwear, dedicated footwear. These are the two very important, and that too prevention of amputation. As I said, that how if you don't look after your feet, you are at the risk of developing a major amputation. As you all know that our country, 70 to 80% of rural areas are single breadwinners, and if you lose a leg, there might be a single breadwinner, so the whole family might collapse and he can not go to work, he can lose his job. So simple measures like diabetic footwear, diabetic foot care, daily do the routine foot examination, self foot examination for 2 to 5 minutes. See if there is a small injury or a wound or ulcer. Seek a physician attention. So earlier prevention is better than cure, as I mentioned. So with that, I would like to say that save a limb, save lives.